Learn English through story. The Forgotten Symphony. In a bustling city renowned for its cultural vibrancy and ceaseless energy, there lived a man named Julian. Julian was a renowned concert pianist, celebrated for his extraordinary talent and intense passion for music. From a young age, he had dedicated himself to the piano, sacrificing personal relationships and leisure to hone his craft. His performances were electrifying, earning him accolades and a substantial following. Yet, as Julian's fame grew, so did his ego. He became consumed by the relentless pursuit of perfection, believing that his art was the pinnacle of human achievement. He isolated himself from friends and family, deeming their concerns trivial compared to the grandeur of his music. Despite his success, an emptiness gnawed at him, a void he couldn't fill with applause and awards. One night, after a particularly grueling performance, Julian received an unexpected letter. It was from his old music teacher, Maestro Gabriel, who had retired to a small village far from the city's clamor. The letter was simple but poignant. Julian, it has been many years. I would like to see you. Come visit me if you can. Julian felt a twinge of nostalgia and curiosity. Maestro Gabriel had been his mentor, the one who had first recognized his potential and nurtured his early talent. The next morning, Julian decided to take a break from his hectic schedule and visit the maestro. The journey to the village was long and winding, taking Julian through rolling hills and tranquil meadows. As he approached the village, he felt a sense of calm that had eluded him for years. The village was a stark contrast to the city, peaceful, with its cobblestone streets and quaint houses. Maestro Gabriel's home was a modest cottage at the edge of the village, surrounded by a lush garden. The maestro, now in his late 70s, greeted Julian warmly. Despite his age, his eyes sparkled with the same vitality Julian remembered. "Julian, it's so good to see you," Gabriel said, embracing him. "You've done well for yourself." Julian smiled, though he felt a pang of guilt. "Thank you, Maestro. Your teachings made it possible." They spent the afternoon reminiscing about old times, and Gabriel shared stories of his life in the village. As the evening approached, Gabriel invited Julian to join him at a small concert in the village square. It was an annual event where local musicians performed for the community. Julian agreed, albeit reluctantly. He couldn't imagine how these amateur performances could compare to the grandeur of his own concerts. However, as they arrived at the square, he was struck by the atmosphere. The villagers gathered around, their faces light with anticipation and joy. The concert began with a young girl playing the violin. Her technique was far from perfect, but her passion and sincerity were palpable. The audience responded with enthusiastic applause. Next, an elderly man played a folk tune on his harmonica, filling the air with nostalgia and warmth. Julian watched, captivated by the simplicity and authenticity of the performances. When a local choir began to sing, their harmonies blending beautifully under the starlit sky, Julian felt a lump in his throat. The music was imperfect, but it was alive, brimming with emotion and connection. After the concert, Gabriel and Julian walked back to the cottage. "Did you enjoy the concert?" Gabriel asked. Julian nodded, struggling to articulate his feelings. "It was a broken bar different. There was something pure about it." Gabriel smiled. "That's the essence of music, Julian. It's not just about technical perfection. It's about expressing the soul, connecting with others, and sharing joy." Julian stayed in the village for several days, immersing himself in its serene beauty and the warmth of its people. He played the piano for the villagers, rediscovering the joy of music without the pressure of perfection. He learned to appreciate the small moments, the imperfections that made the music human. One evening, as Julian sat at the piano in Gabriel's cottage, The maestro handed him a worn leather-bound notebook. "This is my gift to you," Gabriel said. "It's a collection of melodies and ideas I've gathered over the years. Some are unfinished, some are imperfect, but they all have a piece of my heart." Julian opened the notebook, touched by the gift. "Thank you, maestro, I'll cherish it." Gabriel placed a hand on Julian's shoulder. "Remember, Julian, music is a living thing. It breathes, it feels, it connects us. Never lose sight of that." Returning to the city, Julian felt a profound shift within himself. He resumed his concerts, but with a new perspective. He no longer sought perfection but embraced the imperfections that made his performances unique. He began to interact more with his audience, sharing stories behind the pieces he played, creating a deeper connection. Julian also started incorporating some of the melodies from Gabriel's notebook into his compositions. The music resonated with audiences in a way he hadn't experienced before. It was as if the soul of the village, the essence of Gabriel's wisdom, had infused his music with a new depth. Years passed, and Julian's reputation evolved. He was no longer just a brilliant pianist but a storyteller, a connector of hearts through his music. His concerts became gatherings of shared experiences, where the audience felt as much a part of the performance as he did. One day, Julian received news that Gabriel had passed away peacefully in his sleep. He returned to the village for the funeral, mourning the loss of his mentor but celebrating the legacy he had left behind. The villagers gathered to honor Gabriel, each sharing stories of how he had touched their lives with his kindness and music. In the evening, Julian sat at the piano in the village square, surrounded by the community Gabriel had loved. He began to play a piece from the maestro's notebook, a simple melody that captured the spirit of the village and the man who had inspired him. As the notes floated through the air, Julian felt a deep connection to Gabriel, to the villagers, and to the music itself. It was a moment of perfect imperfection, a testament to the true essence of music. Julian continued to visit the village regularly, keeping Gabriel's spirit alive through his music and his interactions with the community. He realized that true success wasn't about fame or perfection but about living a life filled with meaning, connection, and joy. And so, Julian's music became a symphony of life, a tapestry woven with the threads of joy and sorrow, triumph and failure, love and loss. It was a symphony that celebrated the beauty of imperfection, a reminder that the most profound connections are forged not in the pursuit of perfection, but in the shared experiences that make us human. In the end, Julian found fulfillment not in the accolades of the world but in the simple, heartfelt moments of connection he had discovered in the village. His legacy became one of not just a brilliant musician, but a bridge between hearts, a testament to the enduring power of music to heal, unite, and inspire. Through his journey, Julian learned the most important lesson of all, that the true beauty of life, like music, lies in its imperfections, and that the greatest symphonies are those composed with love, authenticity, and a deep connection to the world around us. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.